Hey guys, welcome to our podcast, Forces of Fandom. I'm your host, Ashley.
I'm your host, Savvy.
And hello there, I'm your host, Mariah.
And we are just three simple women making our way through the multiverse. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you. I had an amazing journey to Batuu. It was awesome.
Are you kind of sad to be back?
I am sad, but at the same time, I had to have a little vacation after my vacation because
Well, yeah, Disney vacations are not actually vacations.
Oh God, no! I realized how out of shape I am after going to Disney. I had blisters on my feet because I wore the wrong sandals. Please, anyone have any tips on what to wear? Shoes? What do you wear?
I get, my shoes are from Walmart, but they've got memory foam in them. And then the top is kind of meshy, kind of holes. So my feet don't get super hot and they're comfortable.
Okay. Well, I'm extra and I have to wear my dresses, so I have to find something that will match my different outfits.
Mm-hmm.
I need to stop being so extra, but it's fine. We're fine.
So tell us about it. It's your first time.
Oh, yes. Well, first of all, my first time to Batuu, I'll save that one. But first of all, you guys know the beginning of my trip, I went to Magic Kingdom. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'm pretty sure you guys know what happened. But I ran into Ashley Eckstein, who is the voice of Ahsoka Tano. I cried.
I cried for you.
What are the odds? I was at Magic Kingdom having a great morning, and then all of a sudden, my phone started blowing up. I think you reached out to me, Ashley. Had a bunch of people DM me. Was like, "Oh my gosh, Ashley Eckstein's at Magic Kingdom," and I looked at her Instagram page, and I just sent her a simple message and was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm at Magic Kingdom too. I'm going to Epcot later." And she was text me, well, didn't text me, she messaged me back and was like, "That's amazing. I hope we run into each other." Me being me, took it upon myself to go try to be like, well, I'm gonna
You're like,
make
oh, we're
this
running
happen.
into each other.
yeah, I'm gonna make this happen. And that's what I did. I don't want to say I stalked her, but everyone stalked her for me and was like, "Hey, she's over here at Fantasyland, or she's over here at Frontierland." I was like, dragging my mom around. She was so my mom was like, "What are we doing?" And I did look for her for a little bit, and I was like, "You know what? It's not gonna happen." Because I was like, she has to have some special access. Maybe she's going around backstage or something. So what are the odds? Because she was there with oh, what's his name?
Brett, yes.
Yes, who is the voice of Mickey Mouse. I was like, they're here doing some kind of special event. I'm not going to see them. And the second I gave up, I actually saw her husband first because he was wearing that windbreaker, that Ahsoka windbreaker, and with his hood up too. And I was like, and then I walked right past her, but I don't consider myself as a very tall, but I was she came up to probably about my shoulder. What'd you say?
Yeah.
About that. But anyways, when I was walking, I just did not see her at all. And then my mom spotted her and was like, "That's her." And of course, me being nervous, I was like, "Is that Ashley?" She was there with her family, and they were like, "Yeah, do you want to talk to her?" And then they got her attention, and she recognized me, and it was the best experience.
It's so amazing.
I did not know. It took everything into me to not break down the tears. I didn't know what to say. I just thanked her, and we got a few pictures and went on.
That's so amazing.
She's the sweetest person, the nicest person. Anyone can go up to her and ask for photos, and she will do it. She's just we don't deserve Ashley Exine.
She is so nice.
Sweetheart.
But besides that, I mean, that first of all, like, how can you top that? Like,
Right?
like I just ran into my idol at Magic Kingdom, so I was like, okay, this trip can't get any better. Like, I'm done. Like, this is the best Disney trip ever. But I did experience Batuu for the first time, and I think we should play my reaction video.
Like how the way kind of goes into the rock. Here we go. My people. My galaxy. Oh, how you doing? That's nice. Melody Hawkins. Find Melody Hawkins. Is she gonna cry? Gabby! Oh. Look at this. Oh, that was bad.
Alright, we gotta get to the Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it.
Hold my hand.
Hold your hand.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hold on, Sue. Come on.
Oh.
Oh, we can go in through that way.
No, this is like the.
Oh, we're gonna go find the Falcon.
Thank you for visiting today. Just a few moments. Please welcome to the Salem.
It's so pretty.
It is so pretty.
Already. Is it that way? Oh my god! I see it!
Don't look at it again. Don't look at it again.
Which way do we go? Up here?
Up here. Unless you want to go around.
Let's go around. I don't know which one is the better. I thought, yeah. Can't remember. We'll go all the way around.
Yeah. My thighs are already itching.
God, look how pretty.
Wow, look at her.
Oh my god. Look at that.
Look at her. Look at that.
I don't want to ruin my makeup.
Look at.
God, it's so pretty.
Oh, look at that.
It was so amazing. I think we probably had about the same reaction.
Oh, just tears. Just being there in Batuu for the first time, I normally I probably would have done something extra with my outfits or something, but I just wanted to be there in that moment.
Mhm.
It's my first time going. I had people ask me, so, oh, what kind of pictures did you take? I'm just like, oh, I really didn't take that many photos because I just wanted to experience being there because I don't know when I'm going to get to go back. And just relaxing and just looking around, taking it all in. It every Star Wars fan should experience it one time because it's an event.
It is, especially like seeing the Millennium Falcon. I know for
First
me,
time.
yes.
as you can see, like I did not. I did have one photo shoot that I had to do, and I was like, I cannot burn my makeup. I cannot. I was so afraid because like, let's test this waterproof mascara, and luckily it works. But yeah, it was my sister actually. She's the one who, of course, recorded it. Of course, I said her name 100 times in the video, but she's gotten to experience once before, and she knew how I was going to react because I got her into Star Wars, and just like her catching that shot of me holding her hand, I'm going to have to frame that photo because it is
The sweetest thing. I can't wait to go back.
Okay, Salvi, I want to know about your Disneyland experience while getting this ticket. Because when are you planning on going? Because you got tickets, right?
Yeah. Well, hang on, because I got a little emotional with you, like talking about it and then seeing your video. Like, I can confirm for you, like any other Star Wars fan, that like any viewer that sees it is gonna get emotional because that reaction to just walking into Batuu and then seeing the Falcon, it's like, wow, it's just very powerful.
There's nothing like, I don't know, like I knew what I was expecting. I've seen other people's videos, but seeing it actually in person, it's
Totally different thing.
it's totally different. It's totally different. It's like actually, I don't know if it really felt like some people say it feels like you're actually on a different planet. For me, I felt like I was on a Star Wars set. That is what I want. I felt like I was in the movie. And that's kind of the experience I wanted. Like some people might describe it. I know like people get the reaction as, oh, you really do feel like you're in this world, which I do see that. I can see why people would say that. But for me, it felt like I was a part of the action, like in the movie. To me, like we're all characters, and that's the experience that I wanted from it.
I'm glad you got to experience that. That's why I told you need to record your reaction, because somebody recorded my reaction the first time and I looked back at it and was like, oh God, I can't believe like I reacted that way. But yeah, it was just like you said, you were walking into this set where for me personally it felt like I did walk on not another planet, but like I kind of took Batuu as its own little like amusement park, or like its own little like section, and I forgot that I'm even at Disneyland when I'm there. I'm just glad that you got to experience it and like have that
now
moment.
if you're watching that video and you're wondering why I have like a limp, it's because my feet were hurting and I had 10 pounds in that backpack. So that backpack is actually from Heroes and Villains. I had 2 lightsabers in there. It's fine. And I had 3 changes of clothes and 2 pairs of shoes. So I had like 10 pounds on my bag trying to walk around Disney with that.
It's no wonder your feet hurt so bad.
Oh, my feet were killing me, but it's fine. They're a lot better for now.
So, Savvy, you're going back to Disneyland.
Yes.
When are you going?
On the 17th of this month. I was aiming for May the 4th. Just because that one, well, you guys know it's a special day in the Star Wars community. And I actually, for the first time ever, got my pass on May the 4th. So I was hoping I could like relive that, but I can't, just due to other circumstances. But I'm just happy that I get to go back. And
I will have to say though, it's probably a good thing. I know a lot of people are going to go on May the 4th, and for me, I'm like try to avoid crowds. So I feel like it's going to be very crowded on May the 4th.
No, because I know that they limited the tickets and reservations, but I do see your point, and I am one of those people that get very nervous, like even more now around crowds due to the pandemic and everything. So I am kind of glad I didn't get it for that day.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm a little nervous because they upped the capacity already.
To
So
25%, right?
yeah, and it looked so much calmer at 15. And I'm getting more and more nervous that the closer we get to my date, which is like a little over 2 weeks, anything can happen where they open up even more. And
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure what the capacity quite was when I was at Disney World. No, it's in Florida. There is no law. There's no law here in Florida. But just kidding. It's so much.
legal
But
reasons, it's a joke.
yeah, for
Right.
legal reasons, it's a joke. It's fine. But Disney World they were on their game the whole time I was there. It was super safe. I personally, I've been vaccinated. My family, the people I went with, my sister and her friend have not because they're not of age to get vaccinated, but they've been tested, wore a mask the whole time. Actually, you can't take off your mask because there's people constantly. I think my mask slipped down one time and they were on me like in a second. And I was like, oh, sorry. Like, I was like, oh no, I don't want to get kicked out.
Right.
But besides that, we can take them off for pictures though. Me and Ashley, from mine and Ashley's photo, I did ask her, it's like, are you okay with taking off your mask? Because it is and she's okay with it because she understands like people aren't going to see her again and everything. But we did keep our distance talking and everything. But like I said, I have been vaccinated. I feel safe. If I hadn't, I would not. If she didn't feel comfortable with it, she would not. I don't know if she's been vaccinated, but she's comfortable with it. So if you're comfortable with it, then I think it's okay. There has been new studies coming out saying that it's okay to be outside unless you're in a crowd over 1,000 people,
Mhm.
which of course at Disney you should be wearing a mask outside. But besides that, like it was very contain like it was I felt safe the whole time I was there. There's stations everywhere. I don't know how many times I've used hand sanitizer. I've been back for a week and I don't feel sick. I don't have any symptoms. So even if I did catch it, I feel pretty safe that knowing that I've gotten vaccinated. So
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to go back again. I hope this is a new step into a new normal, going through this process and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope people don't feel afraid.
I can't wait to go back.
You can't. I don't know. How's Disneyland doing it? Is it just California residents?
So I told Ashley that I really do think she will be able to go in by June because the governor said supposedly everything should be back to normal by June. So I would think that anyone can visit Disneyland at that point. But I have seen from people who have gone to Disneyland saying that they weren't checking to see if you were a California resident.
I saw
I'm
that
not
too.
sure. I'm not sure how that process works because I haven't gone.
Mm-hmm.
But
Now at Disney World, they do check. Now anyone can go, but I have a Florida residency pass. And they are very keen on that because your magic band will light up and they will know if you're a Florida residency or not. And they will check for ID. So I don't know if they're just doing that for right now. Maybe that's why they're not checking for see if you're a California resident because your ID on your magic band automatically has your residency on it.
Disneyland doesn't have magic bands.
Oh, you guys don't?
Mm-mm.
we don't. That's why it's a little like, I want to say a little fishy that
What do you guys have?
pass. Like, I mean, before when they
Just
had
like
the
a
passes,
card?
yeah, that's it.
Well, our cards. So I'm just like, that's so old school. But the card. Well, I'm assuming the tickets when you buy your tickets, you still have your address on it, right?
It links to your account.
So it should work the same way.
I'm hoping so, and that's how they're checking. Maybe that's why they're not checking. Because let's say it denies it if you're out of California. But I heard people out of California were still getting tickets too through the system. So
But I wonder if their what you call it, like their mailing address is California, so that's how they're getting past it. Like if they used to be a California resident.
it's true. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, that's all my only thing is because our magic bands, because we try to get in before check, because you have to go check in the box that you're a Florida resident or whatever. They got to go activate it because it will stop you from going in with our magic bands if you're a Florida resident. And
Yeah.
so just things. Don't try to break the system, y'all. I don't want you guys to fly all the way out to Disneyland
And then not get in.
Then not get in, because that's a risk that
That's an
you don't want to
expensive risk.
take. Yeah, expensive risk. I almost didn't get in because of the whole restrictions, because they were being, I remember telling you guys about, because I ended up crying.
I was
because they
pissed for you.
Okay, I tell everyone about this. They were really strict at Disney World about the reservations. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to go that week or not, get off work to go the same week. I was going to go have a Mother's Day week with my mom and sister. My dad went ahead and bought my ticket and put his name on the reservation so that way they could reserve. In the past, my dad has done that before, and all you have to do is change the names on it, on the person, and they'll let you do that. But now you have to reserve the days that you go to the parks.
Mm-hmm.
So not only like you'll buy the ticket and you have your ticket, you can switch your name, but the reservations are separate than the tickets. And I called them. It's like, can we switch the ticket? And they was like, oh yeah, it's no problem to switch your name or your dad's name to you, but you lose your reservation for that park that day. And I was completely dumbfounded. I was like, how is this possible? It's like, so I can get the ticket, but I lose my reservation for basically going to all the parks. And I was looking at the availabilities for that week, and Hollywood Studios was blocked out for regular pass because I don't have an annual pass because they're not buying. I just have a residency pass, so it's different. And it was blocked out. Could not make reservations for the day that my mom and sister were going to go. So they were like, kind of telling me I was SOL. I fought with them for like 3 days because it made no sense at all. And the guy told me, I was like, what do I have to do? He goes, get on the site, keep refreshing it. Like, I was like, because he told me what was his exact words, that it went to the next person in line. And I was like, oh, is there a virtual line you have to wait in? He was like, oh, no, there's no actual line. It was just a big mess of me going with it. But eventually, I did get my way. I made them, because the way that they gave me the excuse about saying like the system didn't work, because the reservation was on the person and not the ticket. But you have to have a ticket to make the reservation. And like they didn't link up or something. I was like, there's something in that system that is not right. That they need to link them both up together. But it was a big mess. And my dad was trying to do something good for me, getting my ticket and stuff early, because it was like mainly like an 80% chance that I was going to get to go or something like that. Like I was just making sure. And you had to buy your ticket by a certain date. So my dad went ahead and bought them for us. So he was trying to do something nice and then ended up getting screwed over. But luckily,
it worked out.
We worked it out, because I was going to be very upset if I was going to get to go to Disney and not get to go to Hollywood Studios.
I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah. So it's okay. It's okay. I got to experience. I'm glad I did. They worked with me. Finally worked with me. But didn't you also, Salvi? Didn't you take a while for you to get your tickets too?
I'm sure everyone that went through the whole process of trying to get a Disneyland ticket understand my pain because I feel like most people did struggle at least minimum 4 hours to get a ticket. I took about 12 hours to get my ticket, which I was like, oh my God, I don't understand. I understand that everyone's trying to get a ticket, but at the same time, I don't understand how I could take this long for a system to like get me through.
Flashback to May 4th, 2020. The Disneyland May 4th.
Oh, we're not going to talk about that.
Oh, not Disney, like the shop Disney May 4th of last year.
That's where I got those ears right there that took me 6 hours online to get those.
I was on that website. Sorry, I just interrupted you, but I just got major flashbacks of that virtual line queue being in that was completely pointless.
That was trash.
Don't understand why they do that to us. Like, they should know. You have a big amount of people that want these things. Make it easier. Or, because here's the thing, and I know from having a shop, sometimes when there's too many people in line, it kicks people out just to make the line shorter, which I also thought was very unfair.
But speaking of May 4th, hopefully that's coming up. Well, not hopefully it's coming up. We know it's coming up. This episode will air on May the 3rd. So we're going to be celebrating Star Wars all this week. So make sure you guys follow us on our Instagram at Forces of Fandom. And we'll be having fun Star Wars events all week as we prepare for the Bad Batch.
Yes.
That's what we're going to be focusing on this episode. We're just going to do a little recap of it. But to start off, Ashley, do you have news for us?
I do. And actually, since you brought up May the 4th, I was going to say we should have people tell us what they're doing if you leave a comment and let us know. I'll be at home spending money, but
yeah. Did you guys like and subscribe to and comment below what you guys are be doing? There's tons of shops. Hopefully this shop Disney is better than last year.
Yes. But Nerd Turner news. Flashbacks.
Right, flashbacks. There's one thing I'm hoping that they drop. I'm not going to say anything because I'm not going to jinx it. So knock on wood. So fingers crossed. But yes,
I'm hoping for you.
I don't want to say I'm going to spend a bunch of money because I just spent a bunch of money at Disneyland last week. So
Okay, so for Nerf Herder news,
scruffy looking Nerf herder.
Let's do that. There's really only one thing new, but it's exciting. The Disney Wish, they revealed the cruise ship, and oh my God.
Are we going to have to plan a trip together?
Oh, I would love to. We might have to win the lottery first.
So.
Oh no.
I had never been out either. I feel like I'll be right there with you. Like a car ride makes me sick. But I kind of want to dress up and get in a ball gown and
okay, well, and the bar, they have a bar there that is based off of, oh good Lord, I can't remember his name now. From Solo, the main bad guy. Paul Bettany. I don't remember what his character.
His name.
Yeah, so that's his bar. And then you look out over Batuu, Mustafar, like the whole like window or whatever it is. It's just different scenes of different planets.
Right.
It looks amazing.
Give you some Benadryl, you'll be fine.
It's not that I get sick. It's the fear of being out in open water that I'm like, my God, we're gonna die. We're gonna die any minute now.
I have that too.
That's true. It's fine. That can happen. That can happen anywhere.
You know, on Pirates of the Caribbean, I still freak out no matter how many times I've been on it. That open water area.
Oh boy, girl, you ain't coming with us. That freaks you. Okay, backtrack. Solving would not be there for that episode.
But yes, so they unveiled that, and you can actually start, let me look at the date really quick. May 27th is when people can start reserving or buying tickets, and then
Of
it
this
set
year?
sail. Yeah, this year. So May 27th of this year.
This
So
month.
This month. Yeah, it's
Oh,
May.
gosh, May. Oh,
Yeah.
already.
And then next summer is when they'll actually start sailing. So that was all that I found that was new.
I wanted
Mainly.
to throw
I
something
just
in
can't
there.
wait till they talk about like when they release the official date for the hotel that they're doing.
Oh yes, I would love to
wanna-
do that too.
I'm hoping for some new news on because, like I said, this is going to air the day before May 4th. So I'm assuming on May 4th we're going to have all kinds of news that they're going to be releasing.
Was in a comment. Actually, I don't know if you saw, but passes for Disneyland are coming back at the end of the year.
They are. I'm so happy for you guys.
So that means that they're going to happen for Disney World.
Hopefully.
You guys don't have passes, or like they
No, you
revoked
can't
the program over there too?
You can't
Oh
buy
no,
new-
they don't.
Yeah, it's they have passes, but only people who've had it last year can get passes right now. So new people can't buy passes.
Boo.
Oh, they completely revoked the program for us. So if we had one, we don't have it anymore. And they announced they'll be bringing them back before the end of the year. But I'm like hoping they allow, if they're going to limit them, they allow people who already had them a better chance of getting them, just because I was going to say, I thought it was a little bit unfair for people with passes. We didn't get any pre-sale or anything for Disney tickets. It was like everyone starts at the same line, and I think that's a little unfair because
I agree.
we had passes, but we'll see how that goes. It's just exciting because I kind of thought they wouldn't announce passes for like another year. But they made it seem like the program would be gone for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I hope they announce soon when they're going to bring back the passes for anyone to buy, or if they just do. I mean, if they just open it up to like Florida residents first and then go on that way,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a good way. Even if you like for us at Disney World, I think I did the math. And if you just got the basic one, you would only have to spend like 8 days at Disney to get your money back.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much more worth it.
Mm-hmm. And you get discounts with it. And I can always tell you, like, so when we go to Disney, one trip is 4 days because every time we go, because I live about 6 hours away from Disney, so we try to get our, trip worth for it. So I can already tell you 2 times a year that I would go with the basic pass.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's hope for good news this coming week. I think we have Star Wars questions. We should jump into that. And Savvy, you have those, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Here are questions. Favorite Star Wars movie and character?
What is our favorite Star Wars movie?
I could tell you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, obviously, I love them all, but if I had to pick one, it's Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, that's same. That's my favorite.
And
it's when I end up going over and over and watching it again. But if I have to pick something different, I would go with Rogue One.
that is such a good
I was
movie.
going to say that's my second one.
Yeah, Rogue One.
A lot of people don't pay
I
attention
like
to
to
it.
call that movie the Saving Private Ryan of the Star Wars universe. This is what it is. It's such a good movie.
It is so good.
But was that a two-parter? Did they ask what our favorite character was?
Yes. They asked movie and character.
Well, if we're going through the movies, my favorite character is Daddy One Kenobi.
Mine is Anakin. Surprise.
I would have to go with Anakin too. If we're just sticking to movies, Anakin for sure.
Okay. Next question.
I'm good. Sorry, I'm good.
All right. Our next question comes from the Basement Vault on Instagram. favorite characters from each series / trilogies.
Okay. That's a better question when it comes to characters. I feel like I have a favorite character for each trilogy, and then, but I think we all can agree our favorite series character is all going to be the same one, right?
Yeah.
It's Ahsoka.
It's Ahsoka.
Yeah, Ahsoka. I used to say like she was my favorite animated character, but of course now she's in live action. Oh,
So cute.
Oh, I am no Jedi. Is that what it says on it?
Yeah. Where is it at?
I love it.
It's so cute. But for each trilogy, so the prequels, it's of course, I already said Obi-Wan, and then original trilogy, Leia, and the new the sequels, Rey. Yeah, those are my three from each one.
For me, Anakin, Leia, and then Kylo, Ben.
I think I'd go prequels is Anakin, original Luke, and sequels. Sometimes the tie between Kylo and Finn is because I really liked Finn's character.
I do too. It's funny because like people ask me all the time like who my favorite. Of course, I always say Obi-Wan, but my personality trait is Anakin. And it's probably why my two favorite characters are Ahsoka and Obi-Wan, because like it's kind of bad, like especially when I was a teenager. Hands down, I was moody just like Anakin. Now that I'm an adult, I'm a lot better. I'm a whole lot better. So I'm more grown up Ahsoka. So I feel like Ahsoka has the same personality as Anakin. So
Yeah.
now that I see
He's
that,
mature but sassy.
yes,
Yes.
and that was very much me growing up. I like his like mood swings that he go in and out of. That was me as a teenager. Like I think my mom doesn't really, she knows Star Wars. She sees me and my siblings watch it all the time. And there was like a scene where Anakin's like, I hate him. Like he ruins everything. My mom was like, oh, is that Mariah?
Oh, that's great.
That was me as a teenager. If you guys like want to know what I was like as a child. But I didn't murder people. So
Good to know. I'm glad that we clarified that.
Yes, I had to clarify that. I did not murder children.
Less murdery version of Anakin.
All right. Our next question comes from Galaxy General Store on Instagram. She asks likes and dislikes regarding the sequels.
Well, this is a subject that I also want to touch is for this podcast. We want to stay as positive as possible with this. I know a lot of times people go on to different podcasts or YouTube videos and they go for one side of opinion. We like to try to keep an open mind. We are three different women who have three different views on it, even though we basically agree on a lot of things. But one thing we do agree is we want to keep it non-toxic. I know sometimes it can be different fandoms, not just in Star Wars. It can be like that in Marvel, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, anything. Like when you have one side, like it's just people want to gatekeep or be toxic. And no, that's not our goal. We want to welcome everyone, different opinions. Our biggest critic about the sequels, like I take them for what they are. I enjoyed the movies. They were made very well. I love the artistry of them, the pictures, some of the best cinematography, of course, in Star Wars. I like just the special effects, everything. But I think if I had to criticize one thing, would be I wanted more. I think that's basically what only thing I would criticize, but I can say that about any of them because I'm selfish. Like I wanted more, but there's only so much they can fit in a 2-hour movie.
Right.
And but that's my only. But what I do like about it is I do like that the sequel brought me back into being a Star Wars fan, because I was back in toward like 2015 when they announced, this movie was coming out. I was a Star Wars fan, but we were all kind of closeted. Like it wasn't. I felt like it wasn't as cool to be a Star Wars fan. Whenever they announced that they were bringing back the movies, like making these sequel trilogies, everything, like it was all these Star Wars fans, like we had a community, because now that the internet was just blowing up, social media, and we connected and you found more people who were fans like us. So I do thank the sequel trilogies for bringing all of us back together.
For sure.
Ashley, anything to add?
For me, I wasn't happy knowing that there was a longer version of The Rise of Skywalker. I know that there's a lot of cutscenes, so I was disappointed about that. And it's not really like a critique, but I'm sad that we didn't get to see what it was supposed to be before Carrie passed. Because I know that they obviously changed it when she died. And I'm just always going to wonder, because that was supposed to be her movie. And so I'm more so just sad that we didn't get to see what that was going to be.
Control too, but what they did with it, I do like what they did with Leia, but I 100% agree that does hurt me, because I feel really bad for. I think I'm getting teary-eyed from Carrie's passing, because I felt like she didn't get her justice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. She went through. If you read her Princess Diaries book and everything, I don't know, you get her other autobiographies. Like, it's heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
How much stress and everything she's went through, and she deserves the world.
Yes. What about you?
With the sequels, I have to agree with what you said, that I feel like it reopened the door. Because here's one thing that I definitely agree with you. It wasn't really cool to be a Star Wars fan before the sequels came out. I remember people have asked me like when I really got into Star Wars, and if I'm being honest, it was when the sequels came out, because it reopened that door, and also because of my age at the time that it came out. Prior to that, I never really got to watch Star Wars, because, to be honest with you, anytime I asked someone about it, I happened to run into a person who thought this way, where it's like, well, if you haven't watched it by now, like, you're not a fan and you're not gonna be a fan type of person.
Oh, no.
And
yeah,
even when
I've had that same experience.
Yeah, and I would also ask what's the correct order to watch it, because I didn't know how it worked. I just knew that I liked it because it was just so interesting the way it looked, and I had seen part of the films when I was much younger. I was like much younger, so I didn't catch on to it. And just dealing with person after person like being that way, it made me feel like, why should I even like give this a chance if like this is how the people that like it are. And because the sequels were brought back, I was much older, it was like the switch kind of went off, and I was like, if I go see it by myself, who cares? Like, I just want to see it, and open the door. And luckily, you're right, social media was blowing up, and I was able to meet people who kind of gave me a better doorway to like, oh, you watch it like this, or you can watch it like that. There's no real way to watch it, just enjoy it. And that led into me seeing Clone Wars, and here we are. I definitely agree with you on that it was something that was needed. I know a lot of people have their opinions. I get it. I can comment that I was one of those people that was not happy with The Last Jedi. That's mainly because of Luke's portrayal, but after reading comics and reading books more that gave more context to it, there's nothing wrong with it. At least in my opinion. I don't want to get attacked. But I agree with you. Now I take it for what it is. like more Star Wars is always a good thing in my opinion.
Yep.
So I don't really have too much negative comments on it anymore, just because, you know,
My only thing is,
accept it
it's
in
funny
that
that
way.
you say that about The Last Jedi and like Luke's portrayal. You're all just lucky I'm not a writer or anything, because I would have made him evil from the beginning. So just kidding. Just kidding. That's my thing. I'm just like, make him bad. Bad.
Make everybody mad. Let's just make him evil.
Yeah, I'm just like, that's just like character development. It's fine.
That's definitely one thing that people don't see it as, like, oh, you guys, people would say like you guys made him weak and like etc. But like he went through a lot,
Yeah.
So it makes sense
That's
for him to
true.
get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
So I
honestly
honestly
him weak. I probably would have made him like all powerful evil, like turn to the dark side.
super evil.
Yeah, I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have just totally like ruined the franchise even more, or what people say, ruined the franchise. So y'all just lucky I didn't write it, because I have like crazy.
He was supposed
I'm
to
an
be evil.
Anakin. See, I'm an Anakin.
In the originals, in The Last Jedi, he was supposed to be evil. George Lucas changed his mind.
Wow.
Yeah, when Vader dies, he puts on his helmet.
Because he's going to be Luke's Dark Killer.
The more you know.
See, looky there. I'm just like, I got half a mind of Lucas. I was going to make him evil. There you go.
The only issues I would have with the sequels, though, would be Finn's story and Rose's story. That's my only thing, because I feel like, I know we're starting to, I don't know if they're going to keep going with it, but I know we got a little bit more of Finn in the Lego Star Wars Christmas special, but I kind of felt, sorry?
Oh, it's like, yeah, go ahead. The Lego Star Wars Christmas it wasn't justice. That's the only thing I had to say about it.
I know. I just like that they throw in that little bit of him being trained
true.
by Rey. That was pretty much it. But I definitely I liked Finn's character, so I didn't like that they kind of made his role less. And especially with Rose's character, that was just, I felt like they literally threw her under the carpet. And
my only question was, when I saw her in, like, of course, like Rose stayed behind, I was wondering if they did that because of the cut scene with Carrie, because that scene came from The Last Jedi, and I wonder if that was a cut scene with her in it from The Last Jedi, so they had to use her character there. That was my only thought about that, is because obviously you have her interacting in like Leia's cutscene. So my only thing that, because when I watched it, I was like, something, because it didn't. I don't know. It just, because Kelly Marie, it just seemed like that was a scene from her from Last Jedi. So that is my only opinion. When people talk about her not using her, yes, I wish they would have, but I think they had to do that for that one particular scene, because singing back with Leia.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we don't ever know. Yeah, we won't ever know what happened. I'm just basing it off what I saw online, just the hate, and I don't know. I feel like she did make a comment about that, like, and we also know John Boyega's stance on Star Wars too.
Yeah.
So I just feel like they deserved more, and I'm hoping that they give Finn like a book or a comic, something where get more of Rey training him or something like that. I would love that.
Me too.
Okay, so Josh from our YouTube commented saying, y'all keep making the content, I'll keep watching and supporting the channel and help try broaden the community. Also, here's a random question for y'all. With the current rumors going on about her royal hotness, Daisy Ridley, which
she is hot.
Marvel, I know, but it made me giggle. Which Marvel character could you see or want to see her play in the MCU?
I don't know about you guys. I know there's a rumor about her wanting to play was Spider Girl.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
I mean, I think she could do. I think she would make a good Spider Girl. Even though in my mind, Spider Girl, I have another opinion of who I think should play that. But honestly, I don't mean this in any disrespect at all, because I love Daisy Ridley. But when I just think when I heard that she was going to be Marvel, the first thing that comes to my mind is Squirrel Girl. I don't know. I don't know why, but it's such a like kind of like a funny character, and I,
She has the
she
look
does.
perfectly.
And I just think it's so funny because like with her British accent, she can just completely make like just like I'm a squirrel, like I don't know. I just can see that of her trying to be being funny with it.
For sure.
What do you guys think?
I agree with you. I was thinking Spider Girl. I actually don't know much about Squirrel Girl, so I'll have to look that up.
The only thing with Squirrel Girl is Mariah's right. She's very like comedy type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I feel like with Daisy, she could be funny, but then she couldn't. I don't know why I feel like that.
Yeah. I know. It's like a 50-50 toss up, but I know like people were also thinking like Lady Deadpool. I don't think she has that. I don't think she has that much funny or like, because that you need someone who has like a dark sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for me, like someone like Spider Girl, how awesome would it be if they made MJ, who is Zendaya, Spider Girl?
Oh yeah.
That
could
was
see
my
that.
thing. They can just go ahead and just go with that route because they have amazing actress in Zendaya. I'm just like, they're kind of like, Zendaya does not need to be a side character.
Agreed.
But do we have one last question?
Let's see. Okay, our last question is, which ride is better, Smuggler's Run or Rise of the Resistance?
Mariah can answer this without spoilers because Ashley and Savvy have not been on Rise of the Resistance.
I love how you refer to yourself in the third person. But yes, okay, both of them are they're both amazing rides. I will say it's good that I started off with with Smuggler Run first,
Mhm.
because Rise, it's more than a ride, it's an experience. Smuggler Run, that's a ride. This is something completely different, something that you haven't experienced yet. So, that being said, Rise of the Resistance is better, but Smuggler Run, it's fun. It's fun. It's so much fun. Something you keep going over again. But I want to say Rise. It's like I said, it's an event, so you feel like you're actually in the movie. So that's really cool. It's just an event. That's how I would experience it. But both of them are amazing, beautifully done. Great graphics. Every time I watch anything or write anything, I look at the graphics and I'm just like, so that. And I'm not sure. Oh, you guys haven't gotten to experience Pandora yet, have you?
No.
Okay, we are trying to plan a trip to Disney World for both of them to come down because I can't wait to show you my side. Because I was going to compare it to like the graphics on that too, like one Smuggler's Run, one Pandora, which you guys haven't done that, so I'm not going to spoil that either because that's also another amazing event. I can't wait to share that with you guys, hopefully soon.
I know. Save. Okay. Well, I guess we should talk about the Bad Batch a little bit. I know I'm excited.
That airs, well, technically when this airs, it will be airing tomorrow.
I was gonna ask if you guys are gonna watch it right when it like appears, or you're gonna wait till like a little bit more later on in the day.
I'm gonna wait. Okay, I'm on East Coast time, so it will be at 3 a.m. I wake up at 7 a.m. to watch it because I did the 3 a.m. drop for Mandalorian Chapter 13, and I regretted my life the next day because, like, I was like, I didn't go to bed till like 5 o'clock in the morning because I was on this high of watching the show. So I'm just gonna wait till 7 in the morning, and I think I'm gonna try to record my reaction, and maybe we can do something a little special for the viewers.
That'd be fun. I have children. Ruin everything. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
Two of them watch this too, so they're gonna be like, "Thanks, Mom." But no, with my youngest, we probably won't watch it until after everyone's in bed, so that evening.
So we're try to avoid spoilers that whole day. Good luck.
I know.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, it's like I'm gonna sleep because I have a drop at 8 in the morning. But the other part of me is like, you're not. You're gonna want to watch it as soon as it airs. So sleep the day before and then don't sleep.
Isn't it gonna be 70 minutes? Is that what we?
Yep.
75 minutes.
Yeah, I'll wake up at 7 a.m. and watch it with my morning coffee with my Star Wars coffee mug. That took me 8 hours to get last.
Can I say, I feel like it's. Sorry?
I said I'll show it for the viewers. This mug, 8 hours for a $12 mug.
At least it was intact because so many people's got broken when they shipped out from that, and they weren't able to be replaced.
Whereas, like, I'm not surprised.
I worked for Disney for 10 years. Not 10 years, sorry, almost, but.
What were you going to say, Savvy?
I'm surprised he didn't. That makes me so mad that they weren't able to replace them because that's something that is so. 8 hours. That line, I'm sorry, nothing will be as bad as that last year. I still have PTSD from that. My May 4th last year was ruined because I just spent it all day. I can't believe that I did that. Now looking back on it, I'm like, was it worth it? Because I did get cute mugs from it.
I was gonna say that I don't know. I feel like last year was a complete, like you said, like it was just so much going on online and the stress of Shop Disney and everything. I feel like we're not gonna get that this year.
Yeah,
I don't know why I feel like that.
I'm already feeling like it, just from the vibe I'm already getting because they haven't released anything. Because of course it is Saturday that we're recording this. They haven't said like what they're dropping or anything yet, and that to me that tells me that it's all going to be released on May 4th. Because the big problem is what happened last year is that we had a lot of people blocking the sites for bots. It's a big problem that is going around, not just for Disney, but all over the internet when they do special releases. Everyone knows when they do like special items like figurines and everything, they have people who have bots who go in and block the site so that way they can get what they want and then reselling. And that's a big issue that happens. But yes, let's jump into the Bad Batch. What are you guys most excited for?
I'm excited to see Order 66 from their point of view.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, because there's one of their previews, I think, is Palpatine talking, right? It's like right after it happened, and I saw that, and I'm just like, oh my god.
I don't know if I'm emotionally ready for this. I have mixed feelings about this series. I do want to see it, of course. I am going to see it, but at the same time, I'm like, I want more. Okay, let the viewers know I'm a DC fan, so anything that gives me that darkness, I love. I like that dark. So I do after seeing the previews for it, and I saw like the trailer, it gives me hope. Like, okay, this looks pretty good. I don't really care for like the comic relief episodes
Mhm.
or the side stories. I just want a straightforward story that gives like a plot line and everything, like keep going, kind of like what I get from like, I don't know, I just want it to be kind of like a cinematic storytelling like that I got.
I think we'll get that with this show because they were kind of a side story in Clone Wars.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Everybody saw them as that, and now it's gonna be like it's their show and what they go through. So
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that that is out of the picture because we did get that backstory or side story from them on this one, and I do think it that. So after the trailer, it kind of eased my worries about that. But I'm excited to see Finnick,
Yes. Yes, I am excited for that.
because we're gonna see her as working for the Imperials, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's what she did before she obviously betrayed him. I don't know if we're going to see her turn. Maybe this is what she turned to. Maybe she turned to the Bad Batch's side, and that's why she was on the run from the Imperials. Or yeah, because she was on the hunt from the Imperials, right? Or opposite, or she was on hunt from the Rebels. I don't know. I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Someone put a mark on her. I didn't know. Like they had a bounty on her.
Yeah, because that was what happened.
we're gonna have to rewatch that episode because he says, I believe, who put the mark on her.
Because she's like, because she couldn't go into the, like that last episode where she couldn't go into
The compound or whatever it was.
and everything because of her, because it was like she's wanted.
Right, and it reads everyone's face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So her face is gonna show up. So
Well, I guess we're gonna learn here real quick anyway. So
I guess we're gonna take 70 minutes to find out what's gonna happen.
I'm excited for Rex because we saw him in the trailer.
yes.
And I'm intrigued to know how they link up again, especially with all the clones, switching over. I want to know how that works. But
I think we're going to see Rex saving Wolf and McGregor.
Oh, you're right. We might get to see that too. I feel like it's just going to be the first episode. Because as much as I love Rex, I don't want it to turn into another Clone Wars show. I would just like it to stick with the Bad Batch, and their journey.
So that would be a perfect way to have him leave, though, if he does save Wolf and them, and then they take off and go on their own
planet where they're going. Because obviously Ahsoka knew where they were, so Ahsoka's not with Rex, obviously at this point, because if they stick to the book, they know where each other are, but they kind of go their separate ways, so that way they don't draw attention to each other. Because in Rebels, Ahsoka leads Ezra and Kanan there, where Rex is. So
yeah,
I don't think people have been asking, do you think Ahsoka is going to show up in this? I don't
either.
I don't think so.
I don't want to say I don't want her to show up, because anytime we see her, I'm like, oh, cool. But at the same time, I'm like, no, I have mixed feelings about that. I don't know if it would line up.
I feel like it would take away from it, because it's supposed to be about the Bad Batch. I feel like she would outshine, or it would overshadow the rest of what it is.
Outshine them, and I'll be like, where's my new Ahsoka shirt? Like, my new Ahsoka doll, where's her in this outfit? Because I'm gonna need this outfit of her now, and she'll probably have, I
feel like if for some reason she were to show up, it would be in the first episode with Rex. But I really doubt she's gonna be there. I feel like Rex and her separated before. Then again, I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see. But
I guess if she does show up, I would want it to be in the first episode, like if her and Rex are there. Yeah.
Like her and Rex are doing something, yeah. But I mean, like I said, if they do go by the Ahsoka book, her and Rex do after, they had, because I believe in the book that she talks about how her and Rex faked their death and then
Mhm.
they go their separate ways.
Oh, I see. Then yeah, well, it seems like more than likely she won't be there, and Rex is probably just maybe Rex is trying to find his brothers and see if he's able to take their chip out. Who knows? And he accidentally contacts Bad Batch, or
Yeah.
who knows?
Or I wonder if the Bad Batch isn't affected by the chip. I wonder if they. I'm excited to see this happen.
I was wondering about that too.
I feel like they're not. That's just my guess.
Yeah.
Because of the trailer, just because how that scene where they're with all the clone troopers and they just look very like confused when Palpatine's talking.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason I'm guessing that.
Well, also I was thinking. Now we know that the clones are discontinued after Order 66. They start so maybe they are affected, but then they start seeing that them getting rid of the clones that they are kind of like, okay, this is not, or because obviously we see Tarkin and he does not like them. Obviously, we see from the trailers he does not like them because they are doing their own thing. They're not going by the pristine order that he has planned out. So I'm going to go and speculate that Tarkin wants them dead, and that's why they're on the run.
I think their chips are malfunctioned
That
if
might be
if they
true,
still
too.
have them.
It's interesting to see.
Yep.
Clones always follow orders, so and they were, vastly known for just doing things their own way. So I don't know, Mariah, you might be onto something. Might be it. Like they just want to get rid of them, and they're like, "Oh no, that's not happening." So we're just gonna
Because
leave.
yeah, because I know like the last clone troopers that were not discontinued. I don't want to say discontinued because I mean I don't want to treat them like it's fictional. What am I talking about? I don't want to hurt their feelings. Sorry, but they was the 501st. Those are the ones that lasted longer as being technically the clone troopers till they turned into the stormtroopers
Mhm.
because the stormtroopers are not clone. Right? Am I right?
Right. That's when they started
Yes.
kidnapping children, basically, like the Jedi. But to make them stormtroopers.
It's true. It's true. They did.
I wonder if tech could do anything to their chips. I don't know. There's so many possibilities.
Yeah, so much. Or maybe that's when Ahsoka and Rex take them out.
Well, we will find out soon enough.
So, yeah, right. So next week we will be having a review for 2 episodes of the Bad Batch. I almost said the Clone Wars, sorry. But the Bad Batch, we will have 2 episodes. So episode 1 that will be premiering on May 4th
Mhm.
on Tuesday. And then on Friday, it's going to be the regular scheduled episode. So it's going to be weekly, coming out every Friday. Do we know how many episodes we're going to get?
We know 14 for sure, and I believe the episodes are like around 28 or 30 minutes or something like that.
Oh, that's a lot.
I'm wondering, like, it's a lot of episodes. How long is their arc going to be?
Yeah.
What else is gonna show up?
Yes, Ahsoka and Rex have to show up now that I think about it. They have to have some side episodes or something. I didn't realize it was going to be 14 episodes.
Yeah, through July.
So far that we know of. So yeah, something's got to happen. They have to have different arcs. Maybe we'll see a Boba Fett. We have to have one that's a Finnick. Maybe we'll see Boba Fett in one arc.
I wondered that too. Well,
I guess we'll find out. It's done speculating, us being.
Well, I think last we have to announce the winner of our little giveaway. And I think, Mariah, do you have the winner?
Yes, I do. And I did go through everyone, making sure everyone followed the rules. So if your name was not put on a spindle, it's because maybe you didn't put a comment underneath the YouTube videos, which we did check on both of them to make sure. So, but when we do giveaways, we try to do it fairly. You have to follow the rules, everyone, and try to be unbiased. And I have a little spinny thing on my phone, but I did it earlier today, and our winner is CJ.
Awesome. Yay.
I'll contact you and get your information, ship it out to you. Probably won't get there till about a week because the U.S. Postal Service is the U.S. Postal Service.
Right. But we will
will
get her out as soon as we can.
Yes, little Leia's coming your way. Salvi, you never talked about why mental health Monday, like anything was important to you. I know I said it last time I was here. Do you want to talk about it?
Well, basically, we agreed that it would be like ending with a positive mental health quote, just because mental health is a very important thing that I'm glad nowadays it's being talked about more and more. But there's still parts where it's very neglected, and I feel like people need to be reminded, especially on Mondays, beginning of the week, that it's okay not to be okay. You have to take care of yourself. Um, Loving yourself is the best way to get basically through life. And it's hard, especially when you do have like mental health. It's not something that's completely understood 100%. It's very hard to still talk about now. But I think, every day it's getting a little easier. And I would like to know that we're adding to it by providing a mental health quote to let you guys know that you're not alone. And, everybody goes through it. And again, it's okay not to be okay.
And exactly, and that's kind of why we came up with this podcast for ourselves, is because we've all talked, we can confided in one another, and that's a very big part of what I wanted to do, is because we all three struggle with our own mental health, and we've talked about it, and hopefully you guys will get to know us. Right now, we're not all of us are comfortable talking about it, but hopefully, if you guys DM us, we will talk to you if you need help.
Mm-hmm.
Provide that, and hopefully in the future we can open up and you guys get to know us. But for me, for this week, I should say this month, I have taken the first steps in helping with my mental health, and that is working on my physical health too. I have started a 30-day challenge. If anyone follows me on Instagram at Mariah Carly with 2 Y's, I encourage anyone to join this with me and do accountability. After going to Disney, I realized how bad of shape I was in, and I want to feel better about myself and be more in shape. And hopefully that will also lead to a better, healthy mind too. But Salvi, your quote?
Yes, our quote for this week is: happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. Albus Dumbledore.
Such a good one.
They have like the best quotes from.
They do. All right, I guess that's pretty much it for this week's episode. Make sure that you guys follow us on Instagram at Forces of Fandom, Twitter, Facebook. We're pretty much everywhere. May the force be with you.
Till they spire.
And we love you 3000. Bye.